Lamb signing on again, and we have a fire one for you tonight. We are going to be discussing masculine in women, and are they too masculine for us men's in this westernized society? Now, I have Wally and I have Erica. How you doing, folks? Bring them up real quick. Look at you all smiling ear to ear. What's up, Wally? How you doing over there, buddy?
Going on? What's going on, brother?
That's going on. That's what's up. That's what. And also have the lovely Land. You know, I had to bring her in last. You know what I'm saying? Give her an appearance to make it in. Lovely Lady Lamb.
Hey y'all.
What's going
Hey,
on, Lady Lamb?
How
Let
y'all
me ask you a
doing?
question. Can y'all hear us clearly?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can hear you. Yeah.
yeah, you're great.
Cool. Because yeah, I'm trying it on this MacBook Pro because we got the studio on the go right now, so
I know.
trying it out, seeing how it is or whatever. But look, we had
Yeah,
to make
y'all
it
sound
for the
great.
show. We had to make it for the
Y'all
show.
sound wonderful, man. You
We
know, we
appreciate you guys.
if I knew you was gonna do it the way y'all doing it, we would have did it the way saying that too. It had it right next
Yeah.
to me, but we didn't know you was gonna do it that way. You ain't tell us, man. You ain't let us know. So what we gonna do? So tonight, everybody, we are going to discuss masculine women and what what can we really do in this environment? Because I'm just going to put it out there. I think masculine women create BICTH men. That's what I think. Um, we have to discuss the Chicago incident, right? We got to discuss that a little later in the show because that is that's what causes, in my opinion, these type of men who are willing to go after women the way that this man did. Now, let me just start off by saying this: for every woman that's on the live, every woman that will come to the live, and every woman that will watch this, I am in no way saying that I'm taking up for this guy. I'm not even a little bit. But there are situations where you, as a woman, have to realize your place is not to go up against that. That's all I'm saying. Okay. You cannot put yourself in a position where you're going to get harmed by some of these guys because these guys don't care how you feel. They don't care that you call yourself a female. They don't care what men are supposed to do. If you're not going to back down, you might have to defend yourself the way this young lady's son defended her. So that's all I'm going to say. So, what is your take, Wally, on masculine men? Let's go to you first. I mean, masculine women. I keep saying masculine men, but masculine women.
I was actually looking for this clip that will go perfectly with this theme, but once I pull it up, I'm gonna have you play it or whatever. But
Okay.
yeah, the thing with masculine women, man, like it's definitely not a good look because we need our women to be feminine, and
Why is
women
that?
women got to understand like that's their strong suit. That's what they good. Like they bring that perfect yang to the yang. The man
Mm-hmm.
being masculine, the woman being feminine. That's that
Mm-hmm.
perfect balance. Especially when you talk about going into parenting, you need that man to show that masculine side to a child and the woman show that feminine side to that child also. The two goes hand in hand. I understand women go like you have a lot of single parents, so they try and fit that role of the dad, but you're not going to fill that role of the dad. You're not a man. No matter how you try and act like a man, you're not a man. And as a man, why would I want to date myself or someone like me, so to speak, who is masculine?
Mm.
Somebody that's the polar opposite to bring that balance to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that masculine energy, I understand in the corporate world, you got to be a go getter, this, that, and the third, but leave that mentality at work. When
Right.
it comes to your significant other or you're trying to get the gateway to marriage, that's not going to do it.
Now,
That's it.
Sylvia does say that there are masculine women, though, and you know what? This is the whole point. we've come across masculine women in our day. Like I know I have. I've come across a lot of masculine women. I'm pretty sure that my wife and Erica also have those experiences as well. And yes, it makes sense to have that in the world. I can get that. But when put on the spot, what up, Gypsy? But when put on the spot, there are certain times where a woman just can't answer the question. Let me see if I can pull up the video I'm talking about as we speak, because I need you guys to see this. If you haven't already seen it on the video, the channel, it is up there. But I want you guys to hear what this woman has to say when put on the spot about masculine energy. Okay, so let me go ahead and cue that up. I'm right there. Give me 1 second, because this goes right into it. All right.
Doesn't have a man, she often has to take on a masculine role, but when a man doesn't have a woman, he doesn't necessarily have to take on a feminine role.
Ooh. That's too good a question for me to answer personally.
Well, wouldn't that prove that masculinity is more essential for survival than femininity?
Ooh. I had never thought about that, so it's alright.
And if that's true, why is masculinity seen as toxic?
Masculinity is vital for society to continue existing.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Now, here's the rub. We don't want masculine women. Yeah. What do you feel about that, ladies? Be quiet, Wally. Be pulled back. Hold up. Roll it in. Let the ladies talk about this one. What up, Ivan? Ivan!
Let me move out the scene. You take that.
Erica, you take it, Erica.
You want me to take it? Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna take it for you. I got you. I feel like women became more masculine by society. I feel like they wanted women in the workforce. So what did you have to promote? You had to promote that kind of energy. You wanted them to work hard. You wanted them to be multitaskers. You wanted them to be a part of the society. The problem is people don't tell them how to turn that off once they get into it. Like, you want me to be this way in the workforce, but then when I leave the workforce, nobody's teaching me how to not continue to do that. So guess what happens? It continues into every aspect of their life. It translates into the way that they raise their children. It translates the way that they talk to their partners. It translates into the way they interact with other people. And I think the biggest issue is you want women in the workforce because you can make more taxes off of them. You can have them generate more. Think about it. You got more taxes on the government side. You got the workforce being increased for companies that are looking for people to work. So it helped other people generate money. The problem is when you get them women into this role, it's almost like throwing a task on them. You don't know how to start taking them tasks back off. You don't know how to rein it back in. So you're going to have people that's going to go to the extreme. But it also comes to sometimes in the workforce, it makes sense because there's certain jobs that women can do because they have smaller hands, even though you have women that are in masculine fields too. Think about it. I could be a firefighter. I could be a police officer. I could be an electrician. I can be a welder. If my fingers are smaller than yours, guess what? I can get into the cracks a little bit smaller. I can split wires a little bit better. So yes, it makes sense. But the problem is people aren't telling women how to turn that stuff off. And if you can't teach me how to turn it off, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to get worse because that's all I see. That's all I'm being told to do.
What do you got to say about that, love?
Yeah, I agree with that. You got to mute yourself, I think. I agree with that. I think I can only speak from, definitely the workforce for sure. I'm going to speak more on, I'm a brown-skinned woman. I'm an African-American woman. That's how I've grown. That's who I am. And from our community and our culture, I can only speak from that side um, of the pendulum, and it's also very similar, like you said, Erica, in the black home. You know, especially in today's society. Back, 2 generations back. I said 2 generations. So one generation we got 10 years, at least 20 years back. We talking about Big Mama when Big Mama really was like 60 and up. Big Mama is like 35 is the new Big Mama these days. But back then, grandma, great grandmom, all of them, the elders of the family, they were older. And so there were more examples then than there are now. I say all that to say a lot of women are in the home. Um, a lot of women, not all women. There are some of us that are married or have a significant other, in the home that is a male counterpart. But for the most part, in our culture, there's not a lot, there's less, I'll say it this way, there's less and less male presence in the home. And so because of that, no, the woman does not know how. I know many single women and single mothers, and quite a few, at least 3 or 4, that have had a counterpart that's, they try to date and all of that. And it's so hard to take that hat off, that masculine hat off, because that's the hat that she's wearing all the time. She wears it at work. She wears it at home. She's mom and dad. She's in there's no children. She's the man and the woman at home. Like it's just, and everywhere she goes, that's the hat that she wears. And because the elders are not there for the most part to teach the woman that there is power in our femininity and there is a reason for the balance, ergo, the mess we have today and the imbalance that we have, and forget trying to help another woman and share with another woman. Oh, the flack, the clap back lately, y'all ain't even funny. It's like nobody wants to be held accountable. Don't tell me about myself, what you talking about, and all this, and this. And what we're having is a society of men that more and more and more, they're starting to not care. And it's getting really dangerous out here. And honestly, it's not getting no better. So I think that women wanting to allow themselves, because this is the whole thing. Nobody can make nobody do nothing. You have to want to. And to want to, you have to see that there's a problem. And most women today in this masculine energy, they don't think nothing wrong with it.
Here's something that I gotta present, because we always have this conversation when it comes to women about being too masculine, right? But when have we ever in society has said to women, "You're being too feminine"? Never, because women are naturally feminine. Case in point, why women's femininity is very important. Let's just bring it, because I saw in the comment section people were saying, women should, they want men to be firefighters and cops or whatever. But having a woman as a cop, guess what? If I'm interacting with a cop, or if a cop is interacting with a person and he's bringing that masculine energy and the person is not cooperating, you know who could probably get that man to cooperate, or the person, the assailant, to actually cooperate? A feminine voice, that soft side that can actually speak and get through to
Oh my God, Wally, talk
them.
slow.
So
Oh.
feminine energy is very valuable.
Okay, I got you another one. Looking at the comments, somebody said they want their firefighter to be 200 pounds. Guess what? There are 200-pound women that are out in these streets being firefighters. Y'all be putting that women can't lift stuff. There are women that could lift some of these 200 and 300 pound
But
people.
that's that.
I don't care. See,
Yeah,
this is the thing. My life is on the line. I don't give a damn. I want to make sure. Listen, whomever's going to willing to go into that burning building and get my fat ass out, all power to them. But I would prefer to see men doing that, because naturally speaking, a 200-pound man can lift a lot more than a 200-pound woman. It's just facts. She has to work her ass off to get to the equivalent of me even able to do that, right? So yes, you're right. There are 200-pound women out there that can do the work, but I still would prefer a man to do it. It's just what it is, for two reasons. One, we are the disposable species of the equation. We're the disposable ones. It is our job to dispose ourselves
Yes.
for our family, for our children, for our wives, for our women. That's our job. Okay. It's instinctively and programmed in us in the first place. That's number one. Number two, even if this woman is willing to go out there and sacrifice her life for me, even if she is willing to do that, now I have to contest with the fact that this woman risked her life for me because I was in a burning building. I have to look at that like, wait a minute, hold up. Why is she risking her life for me? Why would she do that? Why isn't there not enough men willing to take this job where a woman had to do it? I'm confused. Because if men are not stepping up to the plate for these jobs and women have to, that's a problem for society.
But
Huge problem.
here's a question though. Well, before you go, don't forget that thought. Don't forget that thought. Just
Write it down like I just did. Write your thought down. Write it down. Write it down.
Yeah, just focus on that thought. Is it really a case that men aren't taking it up, or is it a form of affirmative action where it's like we got to meet a quota and make sure
That's
we have
also another thing to talk about. Like what I'm saying is that if we're putting our citizens in harm's way to accommodate a woman's desire to be a part of this particular situation, I'm concerned about that. Okay. Did she pass everything? Is she passing? Look, if I'm required to do 50 push-ups in a certain amount of time and clear a certain amount of distance in a certain amount of time and pick certain things up and all that stuff, I expect that person to do the same damn job. If she can do it and she can be in the running, we don't have to lax anything. Cool. You earned that position. No problem. But I'm looking at it like, are we letting somebody that is lesser in? Because let's ask this question. How many women are okay with having men babysit their children? I'm talking about a 17-year-old, 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old babysitter. Chances are you're going to want to give that job to a female babysitter, right? It's not because you're being sexist. It's just that it tends to seem that boys at that age are a lot less responsible than girls at that age. It's just genetics. It's not saying that I'm sexist or anything. Like, it's genetics. So what do you think about that, Erica?
I was going to say it's also circumstance. And the reason I say it's circumstance because I'm starting to notice there are babysitting courses and programs where I live. We are starting to find more boys are doing those programs. The reason that the boys are doing the programs is because the parents want to leave their children with their sibling. But for them to feel confident and comfortable to do it, they're signing the boys up with these programs.
But that's a different circumstance. That's a different circumstance because that's to leave the boy with their children, a parent. We're talking about doing a babysitting.
But that's what I was going to say, though. For me, if the boy went and took them courses, I'm probably picking him over a girl who didn't.
I'm sorry. No.
But there you go. Hold on. He's qualified to take care of the child, though. He's qualified.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to say. I would pick the most qualified person. So I'm looking going, oh, you took your CPR stuff? Oh, you took these 12 hours of classes? Yes, I'm going to look at him more.
That's all I'm saying for the fighter. That's all I'm saying for the Army woman. That's all I'm saying for the female police officer. If you are qualifying at my level that I have to qualify for, Godspeed. You are the right person for the job. But I don't want to find out that they lax the standards so you could get in. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so I got to shoot at 90% accuracy, but she gets to shoot at a 70% accuracy. No.
So, which no. It's not, though, because even when you got women that are in the military, they're harder on the women in the military, but they put them through the same standards. So I feel like that should be across the board. If you choose those professions, no. Same way with me being an accountant. I want to be an accountant. That means I got to go through all of the classes to go do that. So I'm holding everybody to that same standard. I don't want people laxing it, because when you start laxing those rules, guess what happens? It start breaking down. You start having more and more errors. Think about it. The risk, especially if you're a firefighter, that's death. That's injury. That's severe injury. So those are things that I would look at to make sure that the qualifications are.
But here's the reality of the situation. At least for me, if I'm looking for a babysitter and I have a woman that took the courses, or a girl that took the courses, or a boy that took the courses, they both have to have the same qualifications. I'm going with the woman because I believe that they're more catered for nurturing and taking care of. If I'm in a burden building, if a woman have the same qualification as a firefighter as the guy, I'm still in my mind saying, yo, I believe the man, I'd prefer the man to come in the burning building saving me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just certain things men are better than women at.
Now I will say this: when I'm in the burning building, just come get my ass. I don't give a damn if
Right.
a
Of
man or
course,
woman.
of course, of course, of
But
course.
what I'm saying is that prior to that, I would rather that person be more like a man. Simple put,
Because
because
here's the
it's
thing:
just what it is.
if I'm in a burning building and a woman firefighter comes save me, I'm looking at her like they sent you, like you're saving
I'm
me.
not thinking that at all. I'm thinking I
No.
can't breathe. It's
And we
hot. Please help.
give me the
I
air.
don't. I'm not thinking.
Give me the oxygen. Like,
Listen. I won't give a. If
yes.
I'm in the burning building and I got, and there's reason, because if I'm in the burning building and I'm not getting my own ass out, I don't care who comes to get me. All right. Then obviously I need the help. But
Like,
Don't get me
I was
wrong.
just
Don't
gonna
get me
say,
wrong.
that's
let
the
me
way
let him
with
go.
my face covered. Like,
Don't
I'm right here.
come save me. Don't
Please
let
come
me
save
die.
me.
get me wrong.
Save me.
Don't get me wrong. I will take the help, and after she saved me, I will have the highest respect. Like, yo, you earned my respect. Like, you got it for not like, yo, no questions. But if they
Now I do
told me,
have a question for
yeah,
you,
what's
Wally.
up? What's up?
If there is a female firefighter coming to save you, would you ask her, is it okay for me to put my arm around your neck?
In that moment, no,
You wouldn't.
I
Why
wouldn't.
not? Would you be afraid of sexual harassment?
No, because this is the job you signed up for. If you're
Mm-hmm.
going to be a firefighter that's going to save my life, then you got to understand contact. Don't like contact comes with the territory. So
Mm.
no, I'm not asking you. Can I put my arms around you? No,
So what you're saying to me is that any sexual biases that you might have had is gone.
exactly,
We're now just human beings, right?
exactly.
Life and death, right?
Yep.
Why can't we do that now?
Why can't we? Like through
Why
everything?
can't we do that now? Why can't we just look at her as
Because
a human being who has strengths and weaknesses just like I do? Why can't we do that now? With all this masculinity garbage and all this crap that we're doing, we are literally fighting each other, going at each other, saying, you need to do this and you need to do this and you shouldn't do this and you should do that.
because survival mode takes a different instinct.
Hmm.
That's a completely different instinct when you're in survival mode. If I don't know, let's just say like a natural disaster happened, whatever, and it clears everything out. We have no internet, no what you call it, nothing, and now we got to go to hunting and gathering or whatever the case may be. All that's going to go out the window because we're in survival mode. So we're like, yo, we're equal. It is what it is. We got to get out. Now, once things start getting civilized and we have plenty of food, water, all of that stuff, now you start breaking it off into categories. Hey, you got, you do this, I do that. We specialize in XYZ. It start breaking down into categories. And unfortunately, we're not in a state of survival mode. So if we're not in a state of survival mode, it's going to break down to those categories where yo, you're a woman, you're a girl. I mean, you're a woman, you're a guy, yada yada. All these different double standards, all of that stuff come into play because every the world is comfortable right now for everybody, so to speak.
Uh-huh. I was gonna say, first of all, if it's a burning building and I don't care who you are, you come get me. Don't let me die. That's the first thing. That's
Preach,
first.
sister, preach.
Don't let me sit up in here in this fire. That's the first thing. Aside from that, I'm gonna be honest. You know what? It depends on the field. It depends on the situation. If you're a medical profession, if you're, it depends on the field. Certain things I don't want to see a man. I'll get out. And certain things I prefer a female. That's just the fact of the matter. And the other last thing I'm gonna say is just with the children and the babysitting and stuff. I mean, we have two sons, and other than their grandmothers, they stayed with their cousins who were teenage young men because they felt more comfortable. We trusted them with the boys, and so it worked out better that way. As a mom, would not send my children with nobody don't know what they're doing. I don't care who you are, but in that instance, their family, number one, and we trusted them with them, and they actually felt better with their cousins or their uncles who were a little older, teenagers and stuff like that. But yeah, it depends on the situation in societies. In certain, I don't want the dude in there. Get out. I'm at the doctor office. It depends on your specialty. It depends on what I am in need of at that particular time. And in that case, then yeah, the double standards do come into play.
Now, I guess because y'all know I got diabetes, high risk pregnancies, all of this kind of stuff. I've had both. I've had both men and women doctors. I had no choice in the matter. It was, you got to go to high risk. You got to see somebody every week on 3 days a week. It's just give me whoever doctor gonna get me in here and out of here where I ain't got to wait 4 hours for. So if the guy doctor were to sit and look at my girl parts, guess what? Sit and look at my girl parts at this point, because it's certain things that it's like, yes, do I prefer a woman doctor? But I'm starting to notice some of these women doctors are worse than the men doctors when it comes to bedside manner, when it comes to procedures, because they're so used to just going here. No, when you have a man doctor, sometimes they'll explain the whole thing to you, because it's like, hey, I know you already feel uncomfortable because I'm a man in this profession. So I'm starting to notice that they have a better bedside manner when it comes to
I agree. I would agree with that. It depends on the field, and it depends on the severity of the situation. I've had male surgeons. The surgeries that I've had, they all happen to be men. I felt comfortable with those men. They actually one was Middle Eastern and one was Western, but I felt comfortable with them before I went into the hospital room. My husband and I spoke with them. We had the whole schmeal, so that's who you gonna come up in this hospital room with me and do this surgery. And yeah, so it depends on the severity, it depends on the situation, it depends on the comfort level. What is the situation? What are you here for? What is the service? And then we can go from there. But yeah, I have had male and female doctors, and that was some time ago. And the bedside manner, yes, and the training and this new age stuff, it don't apply for everything, and it don't work. That's a perfect example.
So you have something to say, Wally?
You said what?
You said you had something to say?
Nah, I was just gonna say I only know of two scenarios, same scenario, but on the opposite spectrum, where no, you're gonna stick to one person and you can't switch up. That's for men, their barber, and women, their hairdresser.
Boom.
I'm sticking
now,
with
I
person.
might give a woman a shot if she's in a freaking, like, don't get it twisted. These women can cut some hair.
Yeah.
They can cut some hair. I've seen some women wobble, like they get down. You know what I mean? But you damn right. I'm like, But I do want to let's pull this back on topic.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say real quick. I want because we're talking about the whole masculine women with masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Play this. I have the clip queued up, whatever, you could play it, and I want to see it.
People in general, but especially black men, understand.
I was just gonna say, I want y'all to hear it and see if what this woman is describing, is she accurate, because it's kind of touching on masculine energy and why women are the way they are.
Oh, is this
I think it's
Mm-hmm. I wish that people in general, but especially black men, understood that a lot of the times our anxiety as black women shows up as irritation or aggression, but we are not necessarily angry. We never really get that pass to be like, you hear about white women tears, but when a black woman cries, she's looking for sympathy. When a black woman is irritated or has an anxiety or is overwhelmed or is overstimulated, she's with an attitude. When a black woman needs help, she doesn't get help. So when we go out and get the help that we need to get, then we're too masculine and we shouldn't have done it anyway. And we need to depend on the same men that say that we're not desirable. So I wish we, as a culture, dived more into the mental health.
What you think about that?
See, I need time to chew on stuff.
Okay, so who wants to tackle that? Like, do the ladies on the panel?
Erica, you want to go?
Agree? Do you agree with what she said?
I really do, and the reason that I'm gonna tell you I agree is because she's right. People look at women being masculine energy when they start trying to do stuff that they need to do to get themselves back whole. If I'm broken and I'll go to get the help to fix myself, it's hard because there's no real standard of how do you get back to normal. It's this is what I grew up around. This is I didn't have the teachings then. Now it's like, okay, I'm trying to figure out who will give me the appropriate teachings to do it. And think about it, you can't take advice from everybody. So if I can't take advice from everybody and I got to look at everything as a grain of salt, it's like I feel like I'm gonna be wrong regardless. I'm gonna be wrong if I go start looking for the help. I'm gonna be wrong if I don't get the help. Like I'm almost damned if I do and damned if I don't. Because if nobody's really telling me I'm being masculine, nobody's telling me how to be feminine, how do I know that what I'm doing is not correct?
Okay. Nobody's telling you how to be feminine. Are you serious, Erica?
You have people who don't. You really do.
Your man is telling you how to be feminine. Your man is telling you exactly what he needs in his life for you to be there. He's telling you what he needs. And a lot of women don't want to hear that. They don't want to. They don't want to listen.
But I say you don't have the guy telling them this stuff. You have a whole slew of women that are single into their 40s and 50s. So no, you can't tell me their man is telling me, because my thing is, if all I'm doing is casually dating, I'm not taking all of their advice either. Because if you into the situationship and it don't go nowhere, how am I supposed to trust it?
Black Sheepdog in the building. What up, brother?
I can't.
Yeah, Black Sheepdog unsubscribed for me. I don't even know why he up here. He needs to leave. Get that guy. Pick him away. I remember he said, "I ain't coming back to your channel." I was like, "Are you serious about that?" He never responded. I was like, "Damn, what I do?"
Black Sheepdog be bugging out like that. That's it's all
I'm
love.
like, I was scratching my head for a week, like, damn, he real serious. And then he comes in like, deuces. I'm like, bro, like, I don't want to see your name, bro. You hurt my heart. You hurt my feelings. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I still don't know what I did wrong. I'm trying to figure this out. He just said, peace, I'm out. I'm like, yo, dog. But I'll support you, Wally. I'm here for it. I'm like, come on, bro. What I do? But it is what it is.
Y'all should know by now he's sensitive. Y'all should know by now.
And let's get back to topic. And this is what I'm trying to say. Most men are very sensitive. We just can't show it. We can't show it. You're talking to the choir over here. You're going to tell me that you can't handle being masculine? Well, shit, I can't handle it either. Masculinity is hard. It's way hard. And the last thing I want to do is to have to compete with my woman for the very thing that I have to be. I got no other choice. You get to be feminine. You get to cry. You get to be soft. You can do that. I can't.
I was about to say women can, but especially Black women, it's told for them not to. It's weakness. So no, you do have a slew of women.
So wait a minute. Who's telling you it's weakness?
The other women around them.
Thank you. We're not doing that.
Are you dating the women? Absolutely not.
No, but these are the ones that are helping you progress and grow. These are the people.
But they're not. They're keeping you single.
See, the difference is men will tell other men, be firm and don't cry. But at least women are also telling men, I need you to be strong, and hold stuff down. So at least you're hearing it from both sides of the spectrum. You're only hearing being for women to be masculine by other women. You're not hearing it from men. That's the difference.
By other masculine women.
Correct. But then the other thing too is you have a whole slew of people that are coming from broken homes. So you don't have that other side of the equation telling them to be feminine. So you can't be mad at these women if this is all they know.
I can be mad at the women, because that means that the women that are raising them are doing them a disservice. So of course I'm gonna be mad at them.
Correct, but you could be mad at the person that raised them, but you can't be mad at them if that's all they know. Now the problem is, how do we fix that? How do we get them to start learning other things? And that's hard.
That's women.
Herein is the issue, because we've been up here. We talk about it. I'm telling y'all, the clapback lately, nobody wants to be held accountable. When you start messing with people's foundation, well, I've been like this my whole life, and here you almost 50, and your whole life has been a hot mess, and I'm telling you, and we're talking about it, and we're giving you receipts, and we're giving you proof, and your equation is not working, and trying to explain it where, in a loving way or in an assertive way, or just different ways trying to share with you, listen, that ain't working. And the way you lifing out here, that ain't working for you. It's difficult. I just wanted to say with Keita, I thought that was a different clip, but this was a new one. So this was really, yeah. The other one, she was talking about um, masculinity and everything. And this one delved more into the stigma of the Black woman, and she can't be weak. She can't show her, vulnerability and all of that. And really, my thing is just like, it's time to just change it up. Again, nobody's not going to change nothing if they don't see that something's wrong. But hopefully, if you keep hearing the same thing over and over, it's like a person they're dating someone. It's like, oh, everybody I've dated is like, well, maybe, it might be you, then having people around you that's going to hold you accountable. Like, you the problem. Let's work on you, because you're the main equation in the whole situation. All these situationships, you be the main equation, and it's always the same outcome. So it's taking women to task and letting them know, listen, what you've been doing haven't been working. It's getting worse, and in an environment now where the sensitivity of men is getting less and less and less. There's men now that they don't care enough, and will walk right past seeing a woman getting, assaulted in public, and all these kind of things are happening because you try to tell them there is not really a good male figure that is in their life. Maybe uncle so-and-so, grandpa, but for the most part, the men they've dated, because this is their cycle, they keep attracting the same things. They, it's a repetitive thing. So what do? All you could do is try and present it like we doing here. That ain't working, and hope that it sticks. Because I'm telling you, there's been counsel, there's been women that are literally their counsel, and they leave the professions like, these girls ain't listening. They don't want to hear. They think they're right.
Now, I have a clip that's going to lead right into what you're saying. Both of you women.
Roll that.
Beautiful, love women. You beautiful, beautiful women. I'm going to give you one woman giving the advice of
I feel a setup, y'all.
and the other one's telling you what happened when she took that advice and what happened to her by taking that advice.
Oh, all right. Ready? Let's hear this. Yeah.
Now, listen to this young lady.
Dominant, and the man should be the submissive. That's
because y'all follow commands. You go do. You go do. And she gonna tell you what to do. Because here's the thing. If y'all don't have somebody telling y'all what to do, y'all are going to be reckless. And so women are divorcing y'all in these relationships because they are allowing you to quote unquote lead, and they're being submissive. And since y'all can't lead yourself, y'all leading her to the ground. So here's the thing. The natural order is for the feminine to be the leader. If you give to the feminine, right? The feminine is always going to regenerate life, and everybody's going to be taken care of. Y'all are territorial. Y'all just want the image of leadership. You just want to be out in public. I'm the leader, but all of the responsibility is actually on the woman. The leader takes the majority of the responsibility.
I just need to, and you might have to roll that back a minute. Did she just
say? You need to hear it again? I can definitely do it for you. You want me to?
I just want to make sure I heard that.
No, you heard her correctly. You absolutely heard her correctly.
The feminine energy, the female is the leader. Is that what she said? I just want to make sure I heard it right.
She said that we are followers, right? Without anybody showing us the way, we're lost. We're clueless. We're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That's what she said. Okay? And would you like to hear it again, baby?
I know. No, okay. I feel that maybe that's maybe that's what she's been dealing with.
The thing that stood out to me was she said that the leader is what she followed the leader, and that's what made her divorce. in most cases, it'd be other women that be in that woman's ear. That leads
Telling
to
her not to listen to her man.
yes. Go ahead, Erica.
So this is funny, but I feel like she got the leadership backwards because think about it. If you
No, you think?
But think about it, right? The CEO is at the top. He gonna do the least amount of work and gonna make the most amount of money, right? He gonna say, I want this done, and he gonna delegate to everybody else to get it done. So she got that backwards because in most relationships, if the man is the one that's leading, that's who got to do all the tasks in the house. It ain't him. Because a lot of times he the one that's out there making the money. So he gonna go, hey, I want this, and this done. I don't care how you get it done, but these are all the things that got to get done. That means
all the money
kids
to
got
do
to
it
be raised.
Yep.
Kids got to get raised. Clothes got to get washed. Food got to get cooked. And I'm not in the house long enough to be able to do it. So that means everybody else got to do it.
Because you know what happens? The bills say we got to get paid. So, Mr. Leader, I don't care how many hours you got to put in to work to pay us.
60,
So
70, 80 hours a week.
Down. Okay, if I have to listen to the bills, you have to listen. You have to listen to me and get the stuff done here while I'm out.
Right. I'm a. Don't y'all listen to this woman? This foolishness, I'm telling you, this foolishness that's out here today is like bonkers. And she started with them talking about the man. Exactly the order of you delegate. He told you to do thus and so and thus and so. And then she flipped the script and talked some other gibberish from another planet.
Yeah.
Don't y'all listen to that woman?
Now, what I will say is you do have females that'll start putting more tasks on the man. So it's, hey, we need this and we need this. And what's going to happen? He going to go out there and go get it done. He'd be like, oh, we need milk and bread and eggs. Okay, that means I need to either go make the money to go make for you to be able to go get it, or I'm about to go steal it. There's only two ways you're going to get it. I'm either going to go rob this store and bring it back to you, or I'm going to go work this job that's going to give me the money for you to take the money to go get it. Like, there's only two ways to get it done. So if in the equation of the masculine women, well, not all of them have that male figure to go get it done. So guess what? Now she going to have to go out there, go make the money to be able to go pay them bills to go do what she want to do.
Now, I will give her devil's advocate here. She has a point. Okay? The problem is she's not understanding exactly why that is. Okay? What she's referring to is something called chain of command. Okay? We follow leaders to learn from leaders to take leaders' place. Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing. Okay? My sons are following me. They look up to me and say, okay, Daddy said he wants me to be better than him. So I have to study him so I could be better than him. All right? Chain of command. If I'm looking to somebody. You know, it could be Wally in certain areas. It could be hell. It could be you, Erica, when it comes down to taxes. You better than me, so I'm going to listen to you when it comes down to taxes, right? When it comes down to the school stuff and everything like that, I'm listening to my wife, right? Because as a leader, I need to be able to listen to everybody.
Yep.
Because I have to lead. I can't just listen to one person. That's ridiculous. I have to listen to everybody. I take the good, leave the rest, okay? Chain of command. Mm-hmm. And here's something that she didn't put in there. Responsibility.
Yep.
The responsibility falls on the leader. Okay? Because of this, I'm held responsible for whatever goes on in this house. I'm held responsible. My wife went out there and spent $300 without my knowledge. Why the hell did I give her $300 knowing that she's frivolous with money?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I would have known that before. I got it. If I still have to replace that money. So I have to be on top of, hey, babe, what happened to that money? Oh, I went and did this, but all right, cool. No problem. You made a unilateral decision. I trust your decision. Boom. I can't show up 3 months later and saying what happened to $300, and now she's saying life happened. That's on me. Why didn't I check in on my woman? Why didn't I do that? This is the things that she's missing. The responsibility falls on the leader. Now, if you want to be the leader, which a lot of black women have had to be for a long time, which is why it's so hard for them to take off that hat, because they have held that responsibility for so long. When a man comes in, it's like, hold up, because if he mess up, then we all screwed. And I don't want nothing. No. So I get that. But listen to what happens when a woman realizes, I done made a mistake listening to these fools.
Funny how black women always want to talk about the black man, but as soon as the black man starts disrespecting the black woman, oh, well, he hates women, he has to be gay. Well, blame the mother, because it is a cycle in the black community. If the father is in the household, 9 times out of 10 the black women don't want to listen to a man, because the white people have taught black women you can do it on your own, you don't need a man. So when a man tells you to shut the up because he sees something that is about to happen and you don't listen, you run the man away. Nobody wants to listen. Black women do not listen. If we want the black man to be in the household, we are going to have to learn how to take a back seat and close our mouths. Me especially, I had to learn the hard way. We run the men away because we've been taught to be so masculine and nobody wants to take accountability. Black women, you are the issue.
She said the golden line. We don't want to take responsibility. We don't want to take accountability. We want the seat of power without the accountability. What are your thoughts?
But that's also like the ones who don't want to put in the work and always want the finished product. It's the same logic. You can't have the finished product if you're not going to go out and put in the work for it. You put in the work for everything else, you might as well put in the work for your relationship. Because if you're not going to work on your attitude or work on the way that you communicate with people or talk to people, and the guys are clearly telling you, we're not accepting this anymore. So if they're not accepting it anymore, something's got to give. You either going to conform to what the guys are telling you that they're looking for, or you stay by yourself.
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. Because at the end of the day, a real woman wants a real man. And in order to have a real man in your life, you're going to have to do it that way. It's not the other way around, like that woman, whatever crazy she was talking. Not the one just now that was speaking some truth. The other one that was talking alien talk. It is not the other way around. It's an order of things. He comes in and brings order, brings structure, brings discipline. And the woman brings the because that's the counterpart. Like you said, Wally, that's the yin and the yang. Mm-hmm. So either it's we fall in line according to what the what the formula is that actually does work, or like my husband say all the time, you just have to get some cat at this point.
And here's the thing, I'm perfectly fine with both. See, I have to work till I die, no matter if I do it with a woman or not, right? If something catastrophic happens, it's my ass first. I'm already dealing with it. I already accepted that when I was 18. I accepted it when I had to sign that damn paper and say, in order for me to get the very rights that you guys get for free, I have to be willing to go and fight for a country that don't give a shit about me. Okay? Mm-hmm. I realized who I was then. I don't have to take you on too. I can fly solo, just like Syl Beater said. I can easily fly solo. I don't want to, because there's things about having a woman that makes me a better man. Mm-hmm. We can talk about that another day, but I can do it on my own. I can choose to be single just like you can. Sweetie, we don't need each other. We don't. I don't need you. You don't. We have a society where you can go and be and do and be all the freedom that you want to be. Go be what you want to be, boo-boo. I can sit back, relax, and chill and feel content because you don't want nor need me anyway. I can be perfectly content with that. The problem comes in when you start getting mad that I'm not showing up. That's when I start scratching my head. You told me you don't need me. But when I don't show up, you angry. Why are there no men to come and help us with these kids? You said you don't need us. Well, somebody got to raise the kids. Okay, get the kid's father to raise them. Oh, wait, you ran him away. You can't do that. He don't want to be around you. Why the hell would I want to be around you? Why should I come and take that charge? Oh, I didn't run him away. He left. Okay, go find him. Why should I take that charge? You didn't pick me to have the kid with. You picked somebody else. So why am I responsible for you with taxes, right? With taking on, dealing with your bad kids breaking into my house and breaking into my store and doing all kinds of graping into my children. Why do I have to deal with your children? All those things. I don't want to deal with any of those. But it's all because you don't want to take responsibility for your actions. Simply put, you don't want to take responsibility. Nobody made those kids. You did. All right? You did. Find a dude that you had to. Hey, we got provision. Right? Yo, judge, he ain't taking care of his responsibility. Cool. We put him on his child support. This ain't enough. Well, it's nothing I can do. You married. You had sex with a bum. What do you want me to do? I can't make him pay more than what he can afford. And if he doesn't pay, I'll put his ass in jail. But still, you're stuck with the baby 24/7. That's your responsibility. You have to be responsible for the men that you're dealing with. And men are not going to be willing to deal with a woman that is this darn aggressive. No, sir. Not happening.
See, and I think the reason why that mentality is so prevalent is because people actually really think, yo, we don't need each other. And I have an issue when people say, yo, we don't need each other, because at the end of the day, the more we keep this we don't need each other mentality going on, all that's just going to lead to the population just diminishing. And if the population doesn't diminish because people are just free nilly procreating, then guess what? Those kids that are being raised, not all of them, but a good portion, because statistically it say kids that grow up in single parent homes, they're more likely to end up in jail. So what you're going to have is more of a society of people committing anarchy. So when you have a society of people committing anarchy, that also will lower the population. And if pretty much you'll be left with, sad to say, but degenerates, no matter how you slice it. So accountability, get rid of this mentality that we don't need each other. And I think that would make people realize, especially on the women's side, realize that maybe I do need to change this masculine energy or these ways of being masculine and try and be more feminine, and find a good leader, because you have to find a good leader. You just can't have anybody leading you. Find a good leader, you'll be better off. You'll get way better results than the results that you've been getting. I guarantee.
And I'm agree. I'm 100% with you on that. I'm 100. Me and Hood Conservative was talking about this earlier today. I have no problem with my wife checking me. I have no problem with my wife challenging me to make sure that I'm still on point. That is her job.
Yep.
Is it annoying? Hell yes. But that is her job, to make sure that I'm on point. She's just making sure her choice is still the right one.
Facts.
All right? It's not the same as this woman with the cat talking some, no, that's not it. You don't trust me at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. I ain't got time for that. If you don't trust me, why in the hell are you having kids with me? I don't understand that part. Mm-hmm. That don't make sense.
But that's the issue too. It's like people going for that instant gratification or the right nows, and then them right nows be the decisions for the rest of their life.
You know what though? Did you ever think about this? Women are going into having kids, so to speak, because they feel like it'll fill that emptiness, that void, that this child will love me unconditionally. So I'm willing to take that risk of having this kid, even if this man's not with me or not.
Yes.
At least this kid will. To think about it, women are saying, oh, I'll live alone and get a pet. They want somebody there that'll love them unconditionally, that can't challenge them.
I get that. I do. But being a mom is the hardest job in the world. I'm not just signing up for that just because.
But they don't see that until
No.
it
It's
happens.
easy for you to say you got the man, you got the thighs, you got the chest, you got it. So for you to say that, my wife and I was talking about this a couple of days ago. It's easy to do that when you're the one sleeping next to a man. When you got to go home every day for the last 10 some plus years with an empty bed, your mentality might change. This is why I can understand why a lot of men will pay a woman to at least give him some time. He doesn't know how to get a woman without his money, so he has to find a way. Unfortunately, that usually means that once he runs out of money, the honey gone. You know what I'm saying? Because she's there for the money. So he's getting an artificial high temporarily. Yep. People, and you're right, Wally. We do need each other. Mm-hmm. We do. I agree with you on that, but not at this capacity. I don't need that.
Facts.
I don't.
You wrapped it up in a bow for me. Facts. I agree with you.
I was just gonna say that I agree with Wally in the part that he said, a lot of these women, clearly don't know how to pick them. You need to be careful with who you're choosing as the leader, and in the same, way, get around people. A lot of these women need to just fire their girlfriends or just love you, but stay over there, keep that mess over there, and get around some people that's gonna hold them accountable, that's gonna teach them that they can learn from, and not keep enabling this ridiculous behavior. Like, learn from someone else who, look at it this way: there's a life that they so-called want, and may or may not be able to attain it, but let's say that's a life that they want, then you want to get around, or at least to expose yourself to women and life that have the livelihood and the lifestyle that you want, and look at how they react and respond in that situation, in their relationship, in their marriage. Clearly, the two don't match, and that you want to change that environment. Some people just need to get off at the last stop. Like, you need to let them off, get them out your life. It's a lot of time you just keep enabling people around you that enables you to make you feel better. Like you said, unconditionally feel better, and just keep on telling you that you're right, just for the sake of being right, and then end up having you right, until, alone for the rest of your life. It's time to just change that environment, change the diet.
Facts.
Shout out.
I was gonna say,
shout out to the $5 super chat over at Rumble. Is Arkle, right? Is that how you say it? Arkle.
I think so.
Sorry,
we got it wrong. Sorry, we butchered your name.
Dude, listen, I've been looking at that like I'm gonna have to figure that out one of these days. I don't know what the hell that is. But thank you for the $5 super chat. We surely appreciate it. And yes, we're enjoying these conversations. I hope you guys are in as well as YouTube. I hope you're enjoying these conversations. But we bring in these conversations here because we really believe that our men and women need to stop with the bullshit. We really do. We need to stop with the craziness. We have to stop with it. All right. There is entirely too many good men and women falling for this mess, and they're ruining their. You can't pronounce it.
Hey, we tried.
Wait, you got me. Accrual. You're gonna get it now.
That's an accrual. I don't know, but
right. But what I
want me out here with my accounting terms, I'm like, they do look like accrual though.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure everybody understand when it comes down to these conversations, we really, and I'm gonna say this every time I get a chance. This is not women bashing. This is not men bashing. This is narrative bashing. Okay, I am bashing a narrative that doesn't work. Okay, you have a lot of people that are disgruntled and frustrated, and they want to pump it into your head that I don't want to change and I shouldn't have to change. So I want you and everybody else to change for me to stay the same. That's not how it works. Okay, you can browbeat a person, but so much. something is going to eventually give. Period. I don't give a rip how much you want to say, well, I don't need a man. Okay, fine. Keep that same energy. But there are some women that do need a man. Don't mess it up for them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I agree. My thing too, man, is I want change because I got to look at it, man. I got kids. And I don't want
Whoa, back past time. Wait, let me say that again. I can't pronounce it.
Yeah, I read that.
That's hilarious.
It is.
That is funny. But hey, I mean, you make it work for you, dog. You make it work for you.
Facts. It seemed like that's the name that the system created for him or something like that.
This is the name that can't be pronounced.
But yeah, man, like I got kids, man, and I don't want them to, go through life with all this chaos going on with I don't need a man or I don't need a woman, all this BS. I want them to, be happy, live a very fruitful life. And if that involves getting married, procreating, and all of that stuff, I would prefer it being done the traditional way. So the more we bridge the gap, better it is for the future, our kids, kids, the whole nine, and society in general. The better it will be.
I agree.
So you said something that might help us go to the next clip.
Okay.
You said that you whatever makes you happy, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure you said that.
Yes.
That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel like it's a setup.
You said that. You said that, right?
Setup coming, but go ahead.
Y'all heard him say that. You heard him?
Yeah.
Chat, y'all heard him? Everybody putting you heard
he just turned into Mal for the night.
I'm just making sure that you understand. He said whatever makes you happy, right? Put one in the chat that you heard this.
All right, Maladjust.
Scared when I say I feel like some men are very scared when I say I have this domination kink. Like I want to be dominated. They get very scared because they don't want to hurt me. So they're like, I'm like, yeah, you can slap me. You can call me out my name. You can do all these things. But I think it's very important outside of like having this domination, like wanting to be dominated. There's also, I need you to be, after we're done having sex, I need you to take care of me. It's the aftercare that's very, very important because we just went through something very traumatic. I've been through something very traumatic. So now I need you to kiss me on my forehead. I need you to tell me I'm beautiful, that, I care about you, and you cuddle me. I think that the aftercare is very important.
What in the confusing? Go sit down. So you
No, wait a minute. While he said, whatever floats your boat, do it.
But here's the thing.
This floats her boat.
If that's what she's into, there's a guy out there or guys out there that are into that. So she can find an individual to do that.
I get that. That just sounds confusing as I don't know what's in me.
Yo, why do you think you have dudes that they want I'll just say they're bolas being slammed or kicked or hit or whatever the case may be? Yes. So that's what you call a fetish or a niche.
Yeah, that's a fetish.
She has a niche or a fetish.
There's
nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah,
I feel like you just set me up. But that wasn't the video.
You dang right. I told you, man. I said I was going. Didn't I say it?
I don't see that as a negative. I just see it as that's what she's into.
Okay, for you it's not a negative, but for me it's like you want somebody that's going to abuse you.
You know what's crazy?
But then take care of you after they abuse you.
You know what's crazy? I guarantee you, she find a dude that is gonna acquiesce to her needs. They'll have the most happiest and satisfying relationship. I guarantee you.
They might, but in my head that feels twisted.
Fully, y'all have to understand. Yes. What up, Alex? You have to understand something. All right, for a woman to give a man that level of control.
Yes.
It's hard.
Beater's comment. Yep.
She's revealing the trauma in order to try to get control of it. She's scared of it.
Well,
so
and
she
that's
wants
what
to
I say.
beat it.
The way
Yes.
Seal Beater just said it, it makes sense
Seal
now.
Beater, that
But
was
but
a
it didn't make
home
sense
run
at
hit.
first because in my head it's like you just intentionally putting yourself through some trauma because that's how I felt it was. It was like,
But let's think about this for a second. How many men are hello because they went through that trauma and it was so good?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because the fear, the loss of control,
Mhm.
right? The helplessness and the orgasm at the end, because a lot of women report they had an orgasm after being raped.
Graped.
Yes.
He said raped. He said
I said raped. I
Okay.
said raped.
Yeah.
I said it.
That's crazy. I didn't know that a lot of women reported that.
Yes, they reported that. Yes.
Because I always had that question, but I never. Okay, cool.
Yes. So because it's an experience that you just can't get in a regular you know what I mean? It's like, holy cow, you've gotten so close to death without actually getting there. Right? So there's a lot of women that have gone through that, and it's a kink, fetish, whatever you want to call it. But like Seal Beater said, it's possible that it happened to her at one point and she loved it.
It's true.
I guess that's why they call it fetish. You know.
Yeah.
I really want to know what was your purpose for that, though, Gary Lamb. I'm trying. I do feel set up here. I want to know what were you going for.
Okay, so the purpose is
Jerry.
wait. I have a reason for it because we have a lot of masculine women out here, right, who wish they can find a man that can dominate them. You have so many women over here they say you gotta take it. They mean that. You have to take it. I'm not going to submit to a weak man. You got to prove to me you ain't weak. Now, I'm not saying they want to be smacked around. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that you have to prove that you are more man than I am. And this woman, she just told you exactly how to prove that. You have to be proved that you can beat me to an inch of my life and then bring me back. That's what she's saying. Disrespect me. And then make me feel better about you disrespecting me. It's okay. We got this. Don't worry. You got women, bruh, there's a lot in that world. There's a lot in that world. So that's what I brought that up to you, to show that there are women that do go through these things who need a man to dominate them in every way. I want you to dominate me. I won't be satisfied with a man that can't dominate me.
Facts. What's your take on
Erica's jaw?
Okay, like I said, looking at the clip in my head, it was like, yeah, you're doing the most.
But metaphorically,
I have to say, even when I was dating, I couldn't date somebody that I felt like I could control. I didn't like people that always agreed with me. Because my thing is, if you always agreed with me, how do I know is it you being a people pleaser or is it and that's what you really like? And I think that was my thing. If we're dating, I'm trying to see all seasons of this person. I don't want to just see the one side. So I want to see hey, we don't agree and we bump heads, but I also want to see how you're going to move forward. Because I don't always want to be, I'm the plan maker and this is it. No, we have to figure out how we're going to mesh this together and progress. I've always been that kind of person.
Yeah, I saw that comment too.
For real. Brass knuckles. Really?
I think it's like, at some point I think it's really like you saying, Erica, it has everything to do with trust. I need to be able to trust that you're going to tell me I'm wrong. I need to be able to trust that you're going to hold me accountable. I need to be able to trust, because in that way, I know that across the board, I'll be able to trust you to take care of what you said you were going to take care of, because you're not agreeable to everything. A real woman wants that.
Now, here's another. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, plus you have to think about it. When you're in that dating phase, you're trying to make sure that you can progressively move on to the next stage. So if you're doing that in the dating stage and it's not progressing, that's the automatic, let me move on. Like, you made the decision for me. We can't figure out how to do the little stuff. That means when it gets to the hard stuff, it ain't gonna work.
Now I want to go ahead. What you saying? Okay. Oh, he going in today, ain't he?
Yeah.
So,
Black sheep be
but
going in.
I want to say this. Think about how the man who is dominating his woman is going to approach life after this. Do you think that man is going to do anything that's going to make her trust Weaver in the slightest?
No.
Not at all.
He's not gonna try to break that.
He is going to do everything in his power to make sure he keeps that woman looking at him the way she do.
Yep.
You understand that there is no listen. She's in so much more control of him than he will ever be in her, because she can take that power back just like that.
Yep.
And he can't find many women that's going to willing to give him that kind of power. She's far more powerful than him, and a lot of men don't see that. A lot of women don't get that. When you have a submissive woman, that man is going to submit to you through effort.
Yep.
Tons of it, because he do not want to lose. All these women out here that I dealt with over the last friggin' Aguala years, and here you come along looking at me like I'm daddy. I'm gonna mess that up. What? No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm never, ever. I'm going to do everything in my power to keep you happy, baby.
And you know what's crazy? Submissive feminine woman has way more power over a man than a masculine woman any day.
A masculine woman has no power over me.
Exactly. A masculine woman will never have power over a man. The man may acquiesce, but that's only temporarily.
Because I respect authority. I respect leadership. I respect the charge, and I also respect the cops. I'm not about to do anything that's going to lose my freaking, because you want to play. You want to play man. So I'm supposed to lose my life and throw my life away so you can play man. Kiss my ass. Yes, ma'am. I'll do whatever you want. Sure, you want me to take out this garbage? I'll do it. Oh, I'll do this too. Whatever you want me to do. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't care.
Yep.
I do that for a check. Like,
Yep.
that's you're paying me, girl. Like, you gonna give me some boo boo so I can go and all right, cool. What you want me to do?
In that man's mind, this is all transactional.
This is transaction like a bet. Like, I'm not about to see it. Listen, this is why I keep trying to tell women, you losing. You're losing.
Yep.
You are losing. I don't care how you act. I'm trying to get you to the hotel and get you back to the crib and take your ass home.
Yep.
That's it. And I want to do it as cheap as possible.
Yep. So the question really is, women with masculine energy are projecting this masculine energy and stuff. Are y'all really winning? Are y'all really winning?
In their mind, they are. In their mind, they are. I don't care about your bank account. I don't care about your credit.
What I was gonna say. It really just depends on what is causing them to be masculine. Is it the money? Is it the power? Because think about it, you're masculine for a reason.
That's a good question. Yeah.
So once you attain it, what's the next step for you? Because that's realistically what it is.
What is your end game, in other words?
Yeah.
To make a man submit to their future. That's their end game. To have a man be okay with that. But the thing is that the only man that's willing to be okay with that is usually a very, very, very poor excuse of a man. Most men are not going to submit to that.
But that's an oxymoron, because they want a man that's going to accept that, but at the same time, they want a leader. They want a masculine man, somebody who can. How could I say? What's that? Je ne sais quoi. That can handle me You know, like you want to run things, but you want a man that could also handle you and is a leader. The two don't mix.
You can't have both.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this again: there are men that can handle that energy. There are. They can handle, just like this woman said. If you're with me, it's because you can handle my mouth. You can handle it. You can handle all of me, and I don't have to change. Right? You, because you have a lot of women say, "I will naturally become feminine to the right man." I don't think they're lying. I think they're telling the truth. They just haven't met the right man yet. And that's okay. I understand that. But the right man ain't taking that shit either.
See, I don't.
That's why you're submitting to him. He ain't taking it. Like,
I don't think they could just. I don't think if they've been masculine all their life, they can just have an on switch to be.
Eve did it
because.
Well, I was gonna say if you got to look at where they are in their life when they're ready to make that change, because the only time that they're going to change is when they're ready. So, and that's realistically it. It's okay. You've been masculine for this amount of time. When you're ready to take off that hat and that cape, then that's when a lot of times they find whatever is going to make them happy going forward.
But these are the same women who'll sit there and say, "I don't know how to be feminine."
But when they learn how to, a lot
we
of times
are telling you how to be feminine. We're teaching you right now.
But the problem is they're not susceptible to it right now. A lot of times they're ready when they're starting to listen. When they're starting to look at everything around them pass them by. When they're starting to look at all of their friends having these kids and families that they want. And then they start asking them the questions, how did you get to that point?
What it comes down to is the leader. If you find the right man that can get his point across to that woman, that woman, the way that she can digest it, the change will come.
Correct.
Because I could have got with a woman, like I hear this all the time, how women are men be like, "Yo, I've been telling this woman to do XYZ, all of this stuff. We broke up. The next person got she's doing all the things that person that I was telling her to do." Well, maybe the way that person delivered it to that woman or that man was more digestible to that person, where they understood the point that was being made to acquiesce. So yes, it comes down to the leader. If I'm talking to my son about XYZ and he's just not processing it, but you speak to him like, "Yo, you got to do it like this," and he process it, that means in that specific situation, you were the better leader for that specific situation.
That's true.
So yeah, it comes down to, were you the right leader for that individual?
Like
I
you
agree.
said, did you speak her language? Were
Yes.
you able to translate?
Yes.
Correct. But she also has to be acceptable to it. Because nothing is going to go anywhere if she's not acceptable. If she doesn't realize this masculine energy is hurting her more than helping her, it doesn't matter how many times somebody says something. She has to consciously be the one to go, you know what, they're right. I was the problem. Now let me go ahead and fix the problem so that I can move on.
I have one more clip.
Okay.
And I think we can call it a night.
All right. Let's bring it.
Now, we're talking about masculine women.
Mm-hmm.
And how they keep telling us they don't need us for nothing. If you ain't on my program, get to stepping.
Is currently experiencing a man shortage. We need more men to come to Belize. We have a lot of women here. The ratio is currently 4 to 1 man. To be honest with you, sometimes it's 12 to 1 man here in Belize. If you are looking for a wife, somebody beautiful or somebody to just have fun with, please come here to Belize. Enough woman there.
She said, come on over.
Yeah.
Come on.
And
your thoughts.
She sounds.
She didn't look ugly. Did she look a little ugly? Was she ugly to you?
She didn't look ugly. She sound very feminine. That's attractive to a man. She didn't say, "Yo, come beat this P up," and yeah. You know what I mean? So
Yo, you right though.
yeah, she was feminine, and that's attractive to a guy. That's very attractive.
Man, listen, the passport bros got a point, man. Listen, I know she's after my money. So what? She got what I'm buying.
And just like you said, Gary, if I can be with a masculine woman just for the sake of, hey, like you said, I respect the cops, yada yada. I'm not trying to go to jail, so this situation is transactional. Then why can't I get in a transactional situation with a woman that's going to be feminine and all this other stuff?
Yep.
So yeah, I think a lot of men will be like, "Yeah, I'm going to Belize or
Taiwan."
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
like, how much is my flight? When can I get there?
Yeah.
Okay. You right there.
Exactly.
And then she said, in some cases, it's 12-1.
Yes.
You have to look at where the climate is and where the location is.
Facts.
I have the pick.
Yeah.
But you gotta.
If I'm a player, that's the best place for me to go.
Yo, I remember, right? My boy went to Hampton University, and he was like, "Yo, the ratio of women down there." This was like in the 2000s, early 2000s. He was like, "Yo, the ratio of the women there was astronomical to the men." So he was like, "Yo, man, a dude could come down there, and his face looked like it got hit by Amtrak, and he still." You feel me? Like, dude was a player.
What?
Yeah. So you could translate that to Belize. If, the ratio is 12-1. They don't care. As long as they see a man and you got a D, you're good.
And having a little bit of money is a plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, having a lot of money is a plus. Like, I mean, look, don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. We all know the reason they're not just, they're still women, okay? They still want resources. But if they're going to, and not to mention, we don't know how their men treat them there. Their men probably treat them like trash because they can't.
Yeah.
We treat our women like gold and they treat us like trash. So you get a woman over there and you treat her the way we get treated, and you still have a backbone. What do you disagree with, Sil Beater? I would love to know what you disagree with. So if you go over there and you have a backbone and you know how to treat women right,
it's a certain pattern.
Don't have money after that. That's you dangerous over there.
Mm-hmm.
Or express. Certain patterns get repressed based on environment. What does that mean?
Certain patterns get repressed. Yeah. Can you explain that better? Soul Beater? Well, Feel Beater?
Seal Beater. I disagree with the chat statement that patterns are the same regardless of environment. Okay.
I'm with them on that one. The problem is patterns are usually different, and it's based off of what's going around that area. So, like, I'm gonna throw North Jersey out there. You have women in North Jersey. You have the mix. It's going to be, they want high fashion because you're close to New York, so you have that trendiness. But then you also have the ones who are still more reserved. So you got, when you start breaking down New Jersey, you got quite a few different categories of women here. You got the, I want to be close to New York in that logic. You got the ones that want to be that soccer mom arena where, they wear their soccer mom attire, they jeans, they sweats, they t-shirts, and gonna go do the kid stuff. Then you also have your Jersey Shores. I want to be at the beach and itty bitty skip. So your women are going to be a little different when you start breaking down your north to your south. When you start going to them hot areas, I'm gonna throw Florida out there. You go to Florida, it's hot all the way around. You either gonna get your Miamis, who gonna be your uppity, your bougies, and I'm about to get this surgery because they want to look like the Build-A-Bear of that area, or you get your down south. We in the backwoods of Florida, and it's no, we going hunting with the guys. So you're gonna have a different mentality when you look at those women.
I understand that 100%, but the way those women seem to carry themselves from the way men speak about when it comes to passport bros, there's more women that portray that feminine energy as opposed to the masculine energy, because the masculine energy for women in America is very prevalent. It's
Correct.
like when you see a woman that's in her feminine energy, you're taken back like, wow. Oh,
Why do you think? Why, boy? Yeah, but you know what we need to do,
what's that?
Wally? And I'm gonna give you the charge. You're going to be able to take over the live next week? Are you able to do that?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
You dang right, I'm put him on the spot.
Oh, I'm
See,
good for that, brother.
That's leadership, brother.
Good for that.
And I'm on vacation.
That's leadership, pimping. We put each other on the spot, baby.
Yes,
That's what
sir.
we do.
Yes, sir.
And I think I got the right. I got the right one for you, baby.
Yes, sir.
We gonna go ahead and say, do the passport bros got a point and get a shit ton of other cultures out there. I want you to go and find Brazilian women. I want you to go sign Belize women, whatever the hell, Thailand women, all Belize, all the women, Belize.
I'm gonna see if I can have 2 guests on that actually like travel, like go out the country. You know,
that's good.
So
can you do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in. I'm gonna see if I could put that in the works.
Oh boy, that'd be beautiful. Because I want to see. I really want to get women from these countries to talk. I want to hear what they got to say. Whether we get it from a clip or we actually go out and say, "Here, can you come onto the live and talk?"
One of them, maybe I'll see if he could get a guest to come on. Whatever, I'll see if he could get a guest from another country or something like that to come on and like actually speak on it or whatever. But like I said, I'm on vacation next week from work, so we're good. So
let's do it.
Yeah, I'll keep in touch with you.
Would you guys like that, folk? I would say put a one in the chat, but y'all ain't do it the first time, so I ain't going to tell you again.
Can we get some crowd participation on these things? We want to know what you guys want, guys and gals.
Yes.
Let me not be sexist, guys and gals. Yes, sir. But yeah, man. We'll definitely set that up. We'll definitely set that up for next week's show.
Yeah, I would do that. But this is the end of the live. I'm tired. Everybody tired. We have
we got a 1 and a 5 in the chat. We got a 1 and a 5.
We got a 1 and a 5.
You know, Black Sheep.
What's the 5 though?
You know, Black Sheep Dog got to be the odd
5.
He make his own rules, dog. He make his own rules.
This is Gary Lamb signing off. Thank you, Wally. Thank you, Erica. Please go and visit Matters of Opinion over at the Matters of Opinion channel. We do lovely, lovely things together. Hey, Gypsy, thank you for your 1, baby. Listen, I want to be on y'all lives too. I want to be on your stuff too. I think that's only fair. I want to get over there and do some things and make some videos and some shorts and stuff like that and do everything that you do over here. Because I think you done did some wonderful things for us. Wonderful things. And I want to do, sorry, I just made a big mess in the kitchen, so I missed the question, but keep doing this, please. We shall do that. Arkle.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling you Urkel.
I know. It's fitting. It's fitting.
Arkle.
Did I do that?
Now I don't want to give him no. That's wrong. We don't know. I mean, he is spilling stuff in the kitchen though. Or is that a she? Is that a she? No, it got to be a he because only she's don't put bikes in their thingy. My wife just said I was sexist by saying you never know.
I just said you never know.
This is Gary Lamb signing off. Lady Lamb, Erica, and Wally. You guys have a
Peace. Have a good night, everyone.